Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 29 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Not Too Complicated. Hey, today I've been doing a little bit of prep work regarding Mekanism. So I decided to move my metallurgic infusers down here. I figured this area might not be a bad spot to set up some machine-based auto-crafting stuff. So obviously we've got our thermal stuff up there still, and I don't know if I'm going to move it down here, but I'll probably just start with this and see where things go. So the plan for today is that I would like to probably set up a P2P connector right like so, load up the device output linking, get myself a nice little thick dense cable, and that should be cool. Now, I know for sure that I'm probably going to want to, what I'll do is, I'll run it like this. How about that? And then we can do this, 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 and this. It occurs to me, though, we're definitely going to need more than that. Well, you know what? Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have you here. I'm going to have a dense here, and you'll see why in a minute. And then what I would like to have is I'm probably going to need an anchor so we can prevent these guys from connecting. But if I stick this here and then put a cable here, that should be cool. So then we've got 5 channels here, and we've got 5 channels here connecting in. Boom, for a total of 10. And then over here, I think we're going to have 13. Perfect. Yay. And then I also probably want some export buses on some of these guys. I made them. Are they done crafting? They are. Cool. Hey, look who made a gas burning generator between episodes, by the way. And then what we could have is basically our dents come down here a little bit. And there you go. How cool is that? And then you guys are ready to export what you need to export. So let's get some carbon, enriched carbon going on. And if I set that like so, and made you, we're going to want 4 crafting cards, I think. I think I've got everything programmed correctly here. So check this out. We put a crafting card in there. And what we should see is this guy start to kick into gear. But also, before that happens, I want the front to be input on the purple. Is that right? Or is it yellow? It might be yellow. Extra. There we go. Nice. So he's going to fill up the 16 that we had, or probably 12-ish. And then this guy's going to kick into gear and start crafting, because I already set up all the craftings that we need. So we've got our atomic alloy in here and reinforced alloy. I did most of this off camera because I figured to myself, you know what? You guys have probably seen me do this enough that you don't need to see me do it all again. So I just did a lot of the off-camera work for you to make this a little bit cooler. Awesome, right? And then we're going to want enriched redstone. So you know what else I want to make? I want to make a tier doohickey. Basic tier installer. And then we want some of those mechanism speed and probably energy upgrades. Nice, we have them available, so that's important. And I want to get like all the upgrades ready to go so that we can like really kickstart into Mekanism doing a lot of cool stuff for us and automating all the things. So you're absolutely going to want some speed and some energy upgrades and probably a tier installer so that you can do that. And then we're going to split you on. Sweet. That's cool. Now, if I wanted to get some enriched redstone, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. See how that works out? And then Mr. Enriched Redstone can be the export bus for this guy, who will also need to be set to yellow on the import. Cool? Nice. And then he'll start making redstone to help out with, you know, everything else. Excellent. In theory. Oh, right, you need your crafting card. That's right. Boom. And now he'll start crafting redstone. Aha! Cool. Now, enriched diamonds should be made over there. That can go here with a crafting card. And then you can be front equals yellow. And then you're going to start making diamonds. Cool? And check this out. This was interesting to me. these atomic alloys enriched obsidian. This is interesting, and I don't know if this is like unintended or not, but it's only obsidian dust. It's not enriched obsidian that you need to make this stuff with. So if I go make an enriched obsidian, it's literally just one piece of obsidian. So I don't know if that's a bug in the pack, like maybe the pack author didn't realize that was supposed to be enriched by diamond first, but I'll take it. So boom, boom, and boom. And then you should start getting enriched obsidian for us. Nice, right? How cool is that? So now you're going to be kept in stock, you're going to be kept in stock, you're going to be kept in stock, and you're going to be kept in stock with all the things. And now we're able to craft whatever we want. So if we've got ourselves a few more tier installers, you need more iron, because of course you do. I don't need to go flying to handle that. Cool. So now give me the 4 tier installers that I want. Boom, 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 boom. You guys are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. All set to split on mode. Remember, that's an important dude. Now remember, when you upgrade the tier of things, it actually winds up giving you a larger buffer for these things. So it's going to have to start crafting more of this stuff. Not a big deal, though. And then I can get 5 advanced tiers. And now what it's going to have to do is it's going to have to craft some things. See? Nice, right? Now, I don't know if the rest of these guys, did I put speed and stuff in them? Probably not. So let's get... I should have no problem asking for 32 of these. And 32 energies as well. Wow, I must have a lot of things crafting at the moment. That actually makes sense because of all this stuff doing that. Like, these take up crafters. I should probably make a couple more crafters over here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Having 4 crafters would not be terrible. So we should think about doing that probably sooner than later. How hard would it be to be a crafter? Do I need to... Actually, we have quite a few crafting units. I could probably just teach you how to make the components of a crafter and then be cool, right? I think that wouldn't be too bad of an idea. So a 4K crafter would be that. And then a 1K would be this. And then a 4K crafting guy would be that. And then a co-processor. And I should also probably tell you how to make crafting units, because I will probably need them eventually anyway. Cool? So I want 4 more of you. And 4 more of these. We're going to need more sand. One of these days, what I'll do is automate certain resources, probably through EMC, but we'll get there. Cool. So that'll be easy peasy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm very excited, as you can tell, that we're like getting to this point where we're just gonna have so much automation and everything fully handled for us. Like, look how automated almost everything is anymore. It's so good, right? Every now and then I just have to, you know, tap into my transmutation tablet to get some resources, but aside from that, we're cruising. And then my cables are good. Cool. So now we've got 8 potential crafting units, which is nifty. That should kick into gear and say 8. Yes, there we go, 8. Perfect. And if we need more at some point, we can obviously, you know, expand out the back here. And then run another 8. If we need to. If we need to. We may or may not need to. We'll see. And eventually we will probably want these to be 64s, and I will probably upgrade them at some point once we hit a point where we have enough crafting that makes sense. Yeah? Alright, so now my tiers should be ready for 5 of these guys to happen, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And now you are still split on, which is cool. And then you're making a bunch of stuff for us, which is cool. And then I could probably get, that was advanced, so let's get elite tiers times 5. And mechanism speed upgrades and energy upgrades. Cool, but not gas. We don't really need that. So let's make sure that we have enough speed and energy in each of these. So redstone we already did, remember, but diamond could absolutely use it. And obsidian I'm sure can too. And this guy we already did, right? Yeah, perfect. That is awesome. And then we'll just have to keep an eye on power, which is part of the reason I made the gas burning generator. I'm curious to see, like, there's no way to check in JEI, like, how much energy we're going to get per ethylene or whatever. I know we'll get some really good ethylene energy from our compression dynamos, because if we look at ethylene's use, we'll see liquid ethylene can go in the compression dynamo and make 18 million RF, which is pretty good. And remember, you do get a little bit of energy loss from your dynamos not being efficient, so don't forget the efficiency modifier. But I'm curious if we get the same amount from a gas churning generator. You know what I could do? We could get an energy cell, and we can put 1 bucket of gas in there and find out how much RF we get from it. That might be cool. I'd like to see what RF a tick looks like and all that, but meh, we'll see. In a minute. I'm having fun with Mekanism right now. Is that enough of an upgrade for this moment? I think so. That should be enough, and if we ever have to get to the top tier, we can handle that easily enough, right? Yeah. So I'm going to call that a completed Mekanism automation line. We will probably need to do more things, but we'll figure it out. Now that I've got that, though, and that's an important step, I wouldn't mind getting my induction thingy, right? So what I'd like to have happen is this. I'm thinking, you guys are all well and good, and that's cool. And by the way, none of that is making pollution yet, but is this stuff making pollution? Because didn't we see like a pollution happen? Oh yeah, no, there's definitely pollution down here. What is this stuff? If I F3, is it going to tell me what block I'm looking at? I guess not. I'm assuming it has to be dust, right? Is it dust? Hey, there's a crow down here. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you're definitely somethinging it. And we should be a little bit cognizant of this mess. Even though it's falling into the void. But I'm sure pollution is bad, right? Now, what vacuums up dust? What vacuums up from pollution of the realms? What vacuums up dust? That is a good question. Hang on, if we look in the pollution of the realms chapter, dust is clay? Is it clay? Okay. So can I put clay via the anvil on my pollution backpack and go pick that up? We're going to try a clay block first. No. A clay ball. No. Filter. Can we put an advanced filter on you? It's a question. Oh yeah, that works. I'll take that. That works for me. Because those things are not bad to make, by the way. You know, it might be paper. Maybe it's paper? Yeah, maybe paper is what absorbs dust, and it makes clay. Clay was the output, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so that's why it didn't work. I bet I could have put paper on there, but it's fine. So I'm guessing you guys are all dust? My only regret with this pollution mod is there's not like an easy way to see what machines make what pollutants until you kind of place them and see what goes awry. So clearly these guys are making some form of pollution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. I'm assuming that it's just the opposite of the other pollutants. So I'm going to create like a little capture area down here, like so. So that, in theory, everything should get captured down here. I might bump this out 1 or 2. So that we can capture any pollutants that are dropping. That sound like a plan? I like this idea. Okay, so any pollutants that, you know, happen will fall into that area, and then we'll have to experiment. And I'm assuming, though, that basically chimneys and all the stuff that we're used to working on the ceiling can work on the floor. So if we just install some chimneys and a filter down here, we should be okay. But then we're going to have to know, like, what machines are creating dust. And we're going to have to figure it out. You guys have all been running pretty fine without causing too much of a problem. So I'm going to assume that you're cool. I don't see any dust down there yet. So these guys may not produce dust, and that's kind of good news. Oh, and in case you were questioning, it absolutely is dust because, look, dust. Cool. And there might be nitrogen as well. Is that a fourth? Because I see block.adpother.nitrogen. It doesn't have a name on it, but there's a 0%. So nitrogen might be another output. And if it is, then, you know, we'll see. All right, so I'm real quick adding all the things I need for an induction cell to my crafters. So couple notes, right? I want to get an induction cell because I want to start having large amounts of RF, both storage and transmissibility, right? Like, so the energy cell wave in our basement is good, but based on the very small amount of alchemy that we did a few minutes ago, or a couple episodes back, I know we're going to need lots of power, right? Like, so huge amounts of power is going to be a thing. So coming up, we're going to need to make lots of RF and store lots of RF and transfer lots of RF. That's all, you know, obviously a thing that we're going to need to do. Speaking of, well, you will probably want ultimate versions of most of the cables. So like universal cables would not be a bad thing to get some ultimate versions of. And now that we've automated all the mechanics of this mod, we should have no problem, you know, making this, right? So we can get, you know, ultimate, you know, Mekanism cabling, because Mekanism just has some really good cables and item conduits and fluid conduits. Like, all the things Mekanism are really quite nice. So that's cool. So we've got that going. Now, in order to get our induction stuff, one thing we're going to need, and I haven't quite made you yet, but I should probably add you to the to-do list of things, right, is how to make these guys. And I might make a quickie energy cell just to test out that gas burning generator, like I said I was, because I'm curious to see how much RF we get from ethylene if we do that thing. So how much do you hold? 400,000 EU. And you can hold 1.6 million, and you can hold 6.4. Let's just get an ultimate. Yeah, like, why not? Ultimate energy cube. Oh, you need a steel casing at the end of the day, don't you? Ugh, that's going to be annoying. We should really do the automation with the steel casing, among other automations there. Because effectively... Yeah, do these guys require steel casings at all? No, not too much. But basically, if we want the ultimate induction cell, we're going to have a steel casing for the starter energy cube. Why don't I make one real quick, because I just really want to test this. So 2 main projects I have coming up. 1, I'd like to get an induction dude. 2, I'd like to set up what I was going to set up a few episodes before we started Mekanism, which is the builder from RF Tools making my multi-block automation. The other thing, though, is if we want to get into induction stuff, remember the first tier of induction cell requires lithium dust, which is made from lithium, which is made from liquid lithium, which is made in the thermal evaporation controller. So we're probably going to need to set up 2 thermal evaporation controllers from Mekanism. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. They're generally pretty easy to make, and no steel thingies required, so that should be fine. So that'll be a quick and easy. Let me go make this real quick over here, and I will be right back, because I just want to try out the gas burning generator and see, you know, what happens. Cool. So we'll be back in a second after I get some plastic and some other stuff. I think I need 60 of these. All right, looks like it's cooking. I'm excited. That was not bad at all. So now we've got an ultimate energy cube here, ready to go. So what I wanted to test, now tell me that you're not going to fill up on account of the fact that I'm holding you. You are going to fill up on account of the fact that I'm holding you, aren't you? That is super annoying. Stop doing that. All right. I really wanted you to, like, give me an exact metric, but I guess I could do something here to drain you. Probably. You know what I'll do? I got an idea. This is a good... Oh, you know what? I could just use an energy trash can, too, though. All right, nice and empty. Cool. So now let's move you back to where you belong. And I think you were set to extract, right? Yeah, something like that. Cool. So, now that you're empty, let's do gas burning generator here. And you should be inputting from the right. You are empty at the moment. Okay. Let's snag a bucket of this stuff. Pop it in here. Let me borrow you for a sec, buddy. And then, do you not accept from the side? Maybe you have to go from the top. I forget the sidedness of the gas burning generator. It's one of the few machines I think that still has sidedness to it. Maybe it's the front. All right, bro, come on. Oh, you know what? Does it need to burn the gaseous form of it? It is gas burning generator. That's right. It goes into the, I need to decondentrate it, don't I? Yeah. I think I do need the rotary condensator to convert it back. So let me make one of those real quick. All right, so let's see what we come up with, right? So if we had you set up, and I'm just going to real quick get myself one of these. Okay, that'll get you power. Good. Okay, now I might be able to, but we'll just do this. So you're going to, for gases, output out the back. And for fluids, you're going to input on the top. Right? So then we've got one full bucket of liquid ethylene. Let's see how much energy we get from it. If you're set to do that. Cool. So now you're turning liquid into gas. You're gas burning? Or no? You're just doing the thing. Maybe the gases need to be set to eject on. No, you're set to eject. Well, that's super annoying. Why are you so much trouble? Gas burning generator. So we've got ethylene from liquid ethylene. And your gases are set to eject on. What I'll do is I'll get a gas tube here real quick. And then we'll wrap it around. Does that sound smart? Yeah, it should be cool. Once you're fully one bucket's worth. So you should be empty now again, right? Yes. Dyer trying to test. So then your gas. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, looks like you produce pollution, which is not ideal. Of some kind. I'm not sure what kind. Do you have a specific side that you output power to? Maybe the front? There you go. So he's definitely producing some form of pollution, so that's good to know. Ish. I'll just vacuum up with my backpack, whatever it makes, right? It shouldn't be a problem. I want to see how much power you wind up making. So far, so good, though. I could probably... Yeah, I'm curious to see how much power you wind up making here, so we'll be back in a minute. But I assume this is about 10%. So 3 million RF? Is that what you're getting per bucket? That's not ideal. Max output is 280 EU per tick. Producing 140 now. Remember, you get more based on how full the gas generator is, but I don't know if it becomes more efficient based on how full it is. I might test this in my test world real quick just to see what, like, a full tank's worth of ethylene would produce in an energy cube. Alright, so I'm thinking we got around 3 million. Yeah, not even. That's a bummer. So nowhere near as good as we would get if we used this stuff in a compression dynamo, right? Which is probably what I'm going to want to do. If we just threw down some more compression dynamos in here and connected them to a ender tank that, you know, feeds, that should be fine, right? At least for now, to kind of get the ball rolling. And part of me wants to replace this 24 million RF storage with this guy that holds, well, he has a capacity of 25 million, so he's actually pretty darn close. Are you filling up, by the way? I don't want you filling up. You can just go away for a minute. So you're actually pretty close to the 2. So we might just leave this for now until we get our induction guy going. So maybe we real quick set up the brine maker so we can get that cooking. That's like a plan. So let me see. We want the thermal evaporation controller, right? And a valve. So I want you. I want you. And I want you. Easy peasy, especially on account of the fact that we have steel seeds, right? Which is kind of the best. Kind of the best. And by the way, I could do seeds for things like redstone and iron. And I'm debating if I want to do seeds for things like redstone and iron, or if I want to go like EMC, right? There's a few ways we could go about this. You know, and another great EMC farm would probably be emerald seeds, right? Emerald essence. We just need 9 of them. So if I got like, you know, either a tier 3 or a tier 4 pot making emerald essence, we could easily get a little crazy. Though I suspect my mob farm is probably even faster than that. But anyway, I'm getting, as usual, a little distracted. So let me craft all this stuff and we'll be right back. All right, so I've got a resistive heater, because remember we want to heat this thing. I had to make a quick steel casing for that. And then we're going to want 2 thermal evaporation controllers, which we need buckets for. I should teach you to make buckets, I guess, right? Yeah, sure, why not? Learn how to make buckets today, my friend. So thermal evaporation controllers 2. We're going to want 4 valves, right, for inputs and outputs. And then we're going to probably just want a whole bunch of these guys, right? Like 200, let's just say. That seems like a number that works for me. That should be cool. Okay. Let's put away some junk we don't super need right now. But I will make, you know what I'm going to teach you how to make? Ultimate mechanical pipes. Because we're about to have lots of fluid stuff happening. And that sounds like a good time to me. Well, I'll probably teach it all the ultimate stuffs at some point, but for now, I'm just gonna get the ones in there that we need. Because why not? Alright, so now we've got the ultimate mechanical pipes ready to go. Let's just get 30 of them. Even though that's more than we really need, but meh, it'll be fine. Okay, let's go build, and then what we want is these guys. Cool. I'm just going to build a, you know, a quickie one. Now this doesn't have to be super automated-y. Actually, I don't even know where I want to put it. I guess over here feels like a good spot to me, but we're going to need to expand our platform a little. So let's just be ready to do that. I want to make sure that you're in a relatively smart way. Get me some more of that stone chiseling block stuff. Yes, cool. All right, so then our basis will be, remember it's a 2x2 internal, so it needs to be a 4x4. And I'm not going to make it too big because as much as we want some lithium, I don't think we need to go too crazy on it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I actually want 2 more of these valves, because the valves are also where you can input the heat from the resistive heater. And I want to be conservative with the resistive heater, mostly because it's, let's see, and then you, and then you. If I'm remembering correctly, this is how it works, right? And then I think a 3rd layer, and it should form. Yes, beautiful. And then you, and I'm just going to mirror it. Now, obviously, I'm not leaving myself a lot of height here. So if we determine that I need a lot more lithium than I'm producing, I'm hoping it's just kind of like, we get some for the induction and then we're done, right? But if it turns out we need, you know, more lithium production, then we'll have to move these to a spot that allows for more space. Cool. So that's going to be that. and that's cool. And then we're going to want an import on one side and an output on the other. Cool. And then you're going to get the resistive heater in the middle here. And you probably need to be rotated such that I can get my power plug in you. And I forget what number I usually make this, but let's start with 80 RF a tick, and we'll see how that goes. And then we just need something like an aqueous accumulator or some kind of water producer. Now there's these springs that I found. What are these all about? I don't know. Doesn't really tell me, but I found them in somewhere. The fluid physics mod? I don't know what that is. I don't know what the spring does. But I'll probably just, go for, the aqueous accumulator. Make it nice and easy on ourselves. Yeah, let's not go too crazy. Yay for buckets. Cool. So then you're going to go here, and what we'll have is something like this. And then we can have ice. And that's easy. And then you're ready to do this. You know what else I should get from Mekanism? Is this guy. So I need one of these. And two of these. And that should make me one of them. And now you're ready to configurator. And you're making water. And we could probably get one of these to make that happen faster. And now you're doing that. And then we have an ultimate mechanical pipe here that does that. And you're making liquid lithium. Not bad, right? How cool is that? And then what I'm going to want to do is take that liquid lithium. Do we need to concentrate it into lithium? I think that's the next step. And then lithium turns into there in a chemical crystallizer. So we need a chemical crystallizer, and we need rotary condensator. So this one doesn't need a steel casing, but this one does. And this needs also, oh, fluorite, look at that, and refined obsidian. We can make all these things, though. We absolutely can. I don't think I taught you just quite yet how to make refined obsidian. We're going to need an osmium compressor to make the refined obsidian ingots. But we can make that happen. But that's going to be a second steel casing. So let's do this. Let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. And when we get back, I will have made those things and probably automated them. Then we'll get some lithium. We'll make some induction cells. And we'll amp up power production. And then we'll be ready. And also probably start looking at automating the multi-block crafting thing. All right. For now, Del20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.